Welcome to Moments for Moms. I'm your host, Ashley McLean, and I'm so excited that you have joined me today. This show is a part of the Amplify Podcast Network, where ideas echo and voices resonate. So, if you're anything like me, moments are something that as moms, we don't get many of. My hope is that you can walk away from each episode encouraged, inspired, and recharged to continue on this amazing and sometimes exhausting journey we're on together called motherhood. So consider this your invitation to grab a cup of coffee or tea and take this moment just for you. Welcome to another episode of Moments for Moms. I'm your host, Ashley McLean, and on today's show, you may recognize my guest. We have had her on another episode. She is my long-lost best friend and soul sister. Her name is Amy Lechner. We're going to be talking about how to find moments for you. And I don't know about you all, but that's something that I really struggle with, so I'm looking forward to this episode. So grab yourself a cup of coffee or tea and take this time and have a moment just for you. So glad you all are here to join me and my friend Amy on this conversation about how to have moments just for you. In other words, self-care, right?
Yes,
right.
Absolutely. And self-care is not a bad word.
It's not a bad word.
Right.
It's just hard to do.
It's so important, though, that we take the time as women and mothers with little ones, with multiple kids, with older kids, with spouses. We need to take time for ourselves, because if we don't take just a moment for ourselves, and we'll talk about what maybe some of those moments can be, it builds up, and unfortunately there gets some resentment going on there, which is very unhealthy, and it happens. Resentment towards your spouse, resentment towards just this whole situation that you don't have any time for yourself, and even resentment towards your family. So it's super important that that doesn't build up and then the repercussions happen later in your marriage or when the kids are older. So it's really super important to find a moment for yourself.
Yeah.
What do you like to do?
I love singing.
Yes.
I love
Me too.
playing on the guitar. I love being outside.
Nature's super important.
Yes, it's just something about like a sunny day, going outside, or if it's rainy, just to like sit on our front porch. I also love working out. I don't have that. That is my challenge right now in this season. And I know that's something that you do for a living, and we have talked about that a lot, just finding those moments. Like I bought Charlie little like 1 pound weights and a tiny kettlebell. I'm trying to like figure out like, okay, how can we do this together? Like,
yes.
But normally if I'm like trying to do a push-up or something, he's sitting on my back, and I'm not strong enough to mostly do push-ups anyway. So it's extra hard with him on top of me. So, and
that can be frustrating. As fun as we want it to be with our kids, and we want to get like but really that's not as much a moment for yourself, you know.
Not at all.
I think that it's okay to ask somebody to help you out a little bit.
Yeah.
So like a moment for me would be, I like silence. I really do.
Yeah.
I like quiet. And I love to sing. I love to work out. And everybody, it's kind of like when we're trying to find time to spend with the Lord and you know, all that stuff. And I love to eat good food too. I love nutrition, thinking about healthy foods. So I take my moments would be just even 5 or 10 minutes to work out. Or what makes me feel super good is to encourage other people.
Yeah.
And that helps me as much as whoever it is that I'm encouraging. So, but if we don't take time out for ourselves, even if it's 5 minutes or 10 minutes, the repercussions can really be detrimental in the future. Yes. So self-care is really important. And self-care could be for you to go to the bathroom without your child in there with you.
What does that look like?
I know. And that's a simple thing that your husband can help you do. Those, and we're fine. And we're talking small little things, but this is real.
Yeah.
I mean, your kid's with you constantly. They need you all the time.
Yes.
Just time to get ready in the morning without little one being there.
Yeah.
And I mean, my family, they're always, I mean, my kids are almost grown, but they're up in my business all the time. I'm like, you need to get out. Right. You know, you're going to see something that's going to scare you for a lifetime. No. But you need to, and you can ask your husband to help you with that. Those are little things that you can do, or have a cup of coffee outside by yourself. Or, ask a friend to come over and just chat with them for a while.
Right. And I think, I know we keep talking about something I do really struggle with, and going back to something we talked about on a previous show, guilt. I feel guilty for asking for that time because I know my husband also works.
Right.
We both work full time.
Right. It's a trap. That's a trap.
It is. It's I feel guilty asking him to help, but I know he doesn't mind.
It will benefit him in the long run.
Yeah.
We are pulled as women in so many different directions, and it's just a fact that our kids will relate to mom and dad differently. They're depending on you for a lot more than they're depending on daddy for.
Right.
So it's okay. It's okay if you ask. We can't feel guilty because if we have nothing to give, if it's all zapped out of us, constantly pulling away from us, then resentment. We will continue to give because he needs you. Your child needs you. Your husband, if people have to eat. You have to live in a house that,
I wish we didn't have to do that.
I know. God, that'd be so much easier.
It's so much easier.
But those needs, they're real, and you have to give them. And God designed us as women to be givers, to want to nurture and take care of and to give. But if you are not receiving anything or filling up at all, you're giving from a place that there's resentment. It's coming from an angry place.
Yes.
And that angry place, all those little things build up. Instead of filling it up with something to give, you start pounding it down with something that is very harmful, not just to yourself. I mean, you're going to be angry and feel bad and have this undercurrent of negativity.
Yes.
But also with your marriage.
Yeah.
It's really hard. You have to be, upfront with your spouse, and he will reap the rewards, and so will your child if you'll just take time for yourself.
Yeah.
And we feel guilty about that as women, but we have got to, and mamas, we've got to take time for ourselves so that we have something beautiful to give.
Right. And I feel so much better about myself. And I know we've talked about just even working out for 10 minutes. And I know I keep going back to that. It's just something I'm lacking right now.
It balances you out.
Yeah.
And balancing, you're not going to get ripped in 10 minutes.
Right.
But your brain,
yes,
everything works together with a positive feeling of endorphins and adrenaline and all that good stuff. Even if it's just 10 minutes, you know that you're doing something positive for your body. And you also start thinking, when you do that, it sets your nutrition in line.
It does,
but it balances your body out.
Right.
And your hormones, all that stuff. I mean, you don't have to work out for, 20 or even 30 minutes at a time. You can take those segments of 10 minutes and feel fabulous and start your day off in a balanced manner.
Yeah.
Yes. So another thing that I really like to do is to write. And just take a moment and write everything down or verbalize. Sometimes I just like to talk into my phone about the way I'm feeling.
Right.
And because I want to be heard. And there's nobody around me.
Or there is somebody. My husband has gotten really good at doing, which I appreciate because it was very hard for me for a while. We would be having a conversation, and 10 minutes later, he asked me a question about the conversation that we just had. I'm like, did
you throw something at that point?
Here?
You're like I was just talking.
So now he's gotten really good, and I give him kudos for this because he will stop and say, and he'll cut me off, which I'm like, stop.
Yeah.
But he'll stop me and he'll be like, I'm not paying attention to you. Can you start over? And as annoying as that was at first, I'm like, well, how dare you? I'm talking. Pay attention to me.
Listen.
I actually appreciate it now because at least he's trying to okay, I'm recognizing that I'm not paying attention, giving her my full attention. So I'm going to stop and we're going to start over. And he can hear me then. So I really appreciate that. Okay, we've got to take a really quick break. Okay. Welcome back. We are talking about how to make moments for you. So we're really talking about self-care here on this episode, and it's so important, right, Amy?
Very important. So important.
Yeah.
And we don't talk about it as much as we should, being moms and just women. You have to take time for yourself because if you don't take time, we just talked about how if we don't take the time that we need for ourselves, even if it's just 5 or 10 minutes to balance out and to feed our own souls, our own desires, things that we really love, we end up becoming resentful.
Yeah. And I've just walked through a season of that. And I didn't realize it until it was just like little moment by little moment by little moment that it kept building up until I feel like I just lost it one night after dinner. Like, I think Bobby and Charlie were upstairs and something happened. Something fell on Charlie. And of course it startled me because, and then he started crying. So I thought something awful happened. But immediately I had this rage.
Yeah.
To Bobby, to my husband, because in my mind, like, this is your fault. Obviously, you
I wasn't there, and
I couldn't protect him, and you failed at it. So but it just really it showed me like this really ugliness that was going on inside me because I've just let all of these little moments build up to this like internal and I remember Bobby telling me, he's like, you walk so hard around the house, and I'm just like constantly frustrated. Like, and I don't want to be like, well, because I'm mad at you all the time. Like,
yeah, because I do everything.
I'm so mad.
Because I do everything.
Right, and you're drinking coffee.
Yeah, and you're drinking coffee, and you don't even know it.
And
he's oblivious.
Yes.
No, he's not. He's not trying to not help you.
Right.
And that's where we have to. And you're so right with, the building of resentment.
Yeah.
We just get it done as mamas and busy women. It's like, you know what? We power through. We got to get it done. We got to get it done. But there is that feeling of like, you don't see me powering through, getting it done. I'm doing everything. And you're sitting there enjoying your coffee and looking at your phone. And my kids are running around crazy, screaming, and I don't have anything done. I'm trying to get, So when that happens over and over again, and we don't say something to our spouse, we don't say something nice. We don't tell them that this is that we would like for them to help us. We don't, and we build up. That's when you get into the kind of fights that you don't want to get into.
Right.
You get into yelling situations, and they don't really even know what. I've been married a long time, and my kids are almost grown. And I've experienced this. I know every mama, every woman has experienced feeling overwhelmed and overworked and underappreciated. And the underappreciation part is where the resentment kicks in.
Yeah.
Like, whoa.
And I think you hit the nail on the head. You said, do you not see me?
Yeah.
Because Wednesday mornings are our morning that Charlie actually goes somewhere. We're very blessed that my mother-in-law is able to come most days that I'm here at work and watch Charlie. On Wednesdays, he alternates between Papa and my dad's house, which is amazing. But it's a lot because it's
a lot of coordination.
Packing a bag and packing his lunch and getting myself ready and packing my husband's lunch and packing my lunch and
having your head on right for work.
And also like dressing yourself and making sure you're dressed.
And you have to eat too.
Right, somewhere. So I would stomp around the house and just passive aggressively like glance at Bobby drinking his coffee. And then I had this,
hey, are you looking at me?
Like, you see me? How do you not see me? So then I had this moment where it was last Tuesday night, I think, actually. This is my new revelation. And I think it was after talking to you, and I might have already shared it with you, but we were in Charlie's playroom playing cars or trucks or something, and I said to him, Wednesday mornings are really hard. Mm-hmm. It's like I barely make it to work on time, and I feel like I've worked a full-time job before I even get to work. Mm-hmm. And I said it would really help me if you can just get Charlie dressed.
Yes, you did share that with me.
And he did. Yeah. So Wednesday morning, I'm done getting ready, and I come out from getting ready, have all of our bags and stuff, and Charlie's dressed.
Yay!
And it was no problem. It was just me asking, because he didn't see me, or he might have, but he might not have thought anything of it.
And this is not to say anything negative about our husbands.
Of course not, no.
But they really don't see it. I mean, they're not trying to be mean. They're not trying to not be helpful.
Absolutely
But, you have to ask.
Right.
It's not like if you and I were hanging out together and we'd be helping each other nonstop. I mean, women just see things that need to be done, and we do it. That's how we're designed.
Yeah.
Especially if you want to help somebody. I mean, but men are not, they're not like that. They don't have, you really have to be really specific. And when you were specific, he did it for you.
Yes.
And he probably was happy to help you. And
it was no problem.
It wasn't a problem.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the day, guess what? You're a happy mama, a happy person. Right. It transfers over to your husband the way that you relate to him. and you're a happier mama.
Yeah.
You know, and so just asking, and even not even, and I know the resentment usually builds up with your spouse because they're the ones that you live with.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it can be also with, you know, your other children, if you have more than one child. So like sometimes I would just get so irritated with my children that I would end up doing it. When I asked them to do it, I knew it would take longer. And I just would be like, well, I'll just do it myself.
Right.
But instead of teaching them how to do that and helping me and helping themselves in the long run, I would do it just because I was frustrated. But then that frustration turned to resentment. So we have to take time too with our kids, other children, to teach them how to do something, even if it's, you know, they're going to do it wrong and it's going to be messy and it's going to be a lot more work initially.
Right.
But in the long run, it's helpful. It can be helpful.
Absolutely. It is.
And then that resentment's much slower.
Yes. And so talking about like self-care in moments, like when and how, like I do try, if Bobby's come home from like a super stressful day and I can just, I mean, we've been married for 8 years. It's long enough that I can see the stress on him. I'm probably not, that's not my moment. It's just not. It isn't. Whether I want it to be or not, like for me, I'm going to choose him in that moment. And I'm not going to ask him for those 30 minutes or 5 minutes or whatever it is. So I feel like it's also like a timing thing and like knowing your spouse and
it's navigation.
Like, yes,
navigation.
And giving and taking because they might need that moment more than he might need the moment more than I do at that time.
And I think love languages, that kind of goes into your love language.
Yeah.
So and do you even know what your spouse's love language is? Right. Do you know what yours are? I mean, and then try to do those love languages with your, and sometimes the love languages change. I've been married I've been married for 28 or 9 years, and love languages can change. So yes, I think navigating, you know, figuring out when is a good time to talk about these things. Not when you're super exhausted, you both had horrible days, the kids screaming, you know, you have to take time and maybe have a date. It could be, have a date, right?
What is that?
And that could be beneficial for both of you.
Yeah. I bought him for Valentine's Day this year because we have to really be intentional. And for us, and for my season, it involves a babysitter. And where's Charlie going? What is Charlie eating? What are all of these other things doing before you get to the date? So I bought us for Valentine's Day this little box, and it's date night ideas. And there's one pack of cards.
I have it.
Do you?
I have
the
it,
at-home ones?
Yeah.
And then there's the other one that says the go-out ones.
Yes.
What, is it May? We haven't picked one yet.
Oh, I haven't done it. It's been in the store. I haven't.
But we have
I haven't.
The intention.
Probably 10 years, but yes. I'm
going to pick one tonight. We're both picking one tonight.
Okay.
Send it to me.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. So I think it all goes back, even like we talked about in the Spiritually Fit show. Focus and intention and planning those moments. But also like for me and my type A personality, I do have a hard time like in my mind, like, okay, I have this plan, but then it doesn't work. So just learning to be flexible also relieves a lot of stress if you can kind of just learn to go with the flow a little bit more. And having a baby for me has really challenged my type A and OCD-ness
because guess what? You don't have control.
There's no
control. And it's a beautiful place to be too. Yeah. I was very much like that when I was younger. And what I realized though is like, and it was so freeing for me. I had always really wanted to, even just with myself, just be so on that perfectionist, train. Yep. And I found out that, guess what? Ain't nobody perfect but Jesus.
That's right.
And it's so freeing to know that you're beautiful when you're not perfect. Everybody likes you more when you're not perfect. Right. And you don't have control. So you're going to find some moments to where, and you can laugh about it. When your plan goes, there's going to be some beauty in it. Right. And you're going to have to laugh about it. Otherwise you'll cry.
Absolutely. And so I'd rather be laughing.
And those moments when maybe we don't have time I work 2 jobs and I'm very busy. Don't have time to go for a hike, in the nature for an hour.
Yeah.
But I do have time to go out and just walk around in the sun and thank God for the sunlight. Yeah. Thank Him for what I have for this moment.
Right.
And that helps me also with vitamin D and not being as angry. I don't know where I got off on that, but date night. Okay,
cards. So that's our challenge. Okay. We're leaving with a challenge. We're leaving ourselves with a challenge, and we're going to leave you with a challenge. Find that one thing, that one moment that you really love, and do that. post on our Facebook group or
Absolutely.
our Facebook page and let us know what you're doing so maybe we can join in on the fun.
Yeah.